What's up, guys? Welcome back to the O.T.U.J.A series. Or welcome if you haven't watched the first video or read the article yet. O.T.U.J.A stands for Observe, Think, Understand, Judge, Act. It is a method for logical decision-making that I have devised and that I am working on cultivating into something bigger. Probably a book, but I'm going to keep making these videos about different aspects of the process to flesh out as much information as I can and give it to you guys, because I think that emotion-free, logical decision-making is very important. What could go wrong? Well, it turns out quite a bit could go wrong, but the things that will go wrong in applying this process are worth it, because you're going to come out of the other end better. A lot of what is going to go wrong is based in your own false belief system, right? It's just truth bombs coming at you all the time when you're actually honest and authentic as a moral agent and acting autonomously. And that's what this method is designed to do, you know. So you can read the article, it's in the description below, or watch the video giving a brief summary of the method. But in this video I would like to talk about the 10 things, or 10 of the top things that you will almost certainly learn if you relentlessly practice this in your everyday life. And I may do a separate video on each of these at some point, further justifying why I think these things are true. But the last paragraph of the article is, under the condition that you apply O.T.U.J.A as consciously and frequently as possible, and that you get a wee bit better every time you do, you will probably start to think critically about some popular false beliefs. The following truths, any of which I would be happy to defend at length, which I'll probably do later, are just a few things that may arise. So I'm just gonna bang through them. Number 1, very few people, including most who claim to love you, actually care about you. And they like you even less when you speak the truth. Look, I don't believe in agreeing to disagree. I usually think that like one person has more information than the other person, and are speaking past one another because one person is speaking with more information or better information and the other person is speaking without that information, or is being overly emotional, not using O.T.U.J.A, and maybe neither of them are, you know? But I don't really believe in disagreements. I believe in misunderstandings. And that pisses people off, because you have to let your ego go in the truth-seeking process. So that's number 1. Few people actually care about you, because, you know, when you do become an authentic person and use O.T.U.J.A more and more, your social group you'll trim the fat of your social group. There will be people who will not be on board with authenticity. Those people are toxic. Fuck them. Leave them. Period. Number 2, almost all information is meaningless and must be sifted through for truth nuggets to be found. Look at the internet. Look at the media, look at the world today. We are in information overload. Censorship is a problem, but I think an overabundance of information is actually a bigger problem, at least for today's purposes. When you use O.T.U.J.A, you definitely find that to be true. There's way more information about everything all the time than what you really need, and part of adhering to the O.T.U.J.A method is to filter through the crap so that you can find the truth nuggets. 3, to have knowledge of the logical fallacies is to have taken the intellectual red pill. This is one of the greatest transcendental values, as well as the greatest personal dangers of formally studying philosophy and logic. Your bullshit filter will be flawless, and you will never see the world the same again. What you will see in every article you read, every argument you're a part of, every debate you watch, every news story on the news, what you see are logical errors. You see what's wrong with it, and you constantly have to give yourself the benefit of the doubt or give the other person the benefit of the doubt, the person who's committing the logical fallacies, and try to, put those errors aside and figure out what it is they're actually trying to say. Try to really understand it through the errors of reasoning. So this will either thicken your skin beyond what you thought was possible or send you spiraling down a well of crippling depression. Either way, you will be forced to find solace in isolation. As per noted in number 1, most people don't care about you, right? And most people will leave. Number 4, non-defense-based violence is never justified, no matter how useful it may be to some end. I'm just going to leave that there. That's one thing that you will realize in this process. Number 5, related. Eye for an eye is a counterproductive approach to justice, both on the personal and the general and national level. I'm going to leave that one there too. It's just something you'll realize. Because everything's the result of a misunderstanding, not an actual disagreement. If disagreements actually existed, where both people were interested in truth and held that in the highest regard, then eye for an eye wouldn't even be a conception. Anyway, number 6, moral relativism. That's the philosophy in which you believe that shit doesn't stink just because your shit doesn't stink to you, is false. Almost every ism, school of thought, that's been come up with by intellectuals or embodied by the general population is wrong. And it's wrong because it can pretty much be reduced to relativism. And that includes objectivism, by the way. Basically, isms are bad. That's what O.T.U.J.A is going to teach you. All isms are just some stupid religion. So forget about them. Just, if you're going to be any kind of ist, be a radical individualist and think for yourself. That's kind of the point of O.T.U.J.A, right? Number 7, people are mostly good, albeit reckless, self-centered, and ignorant. You will find a new, appreciation for the positivity that people can reject. Like, again, this can send you the other way and make you super pessimistic about people and about the world. But if you're approaching this with good intentions, you will see that people are mostly good. You'll just see that they're reckless, that they're self-centered, that they're ignorant, and you'll learn to forgive them for that. That's one of the, consequences of learning logic, I guess. You become more forgiving. Number 8, there is no connection whatsoever between being smart or intelligent and being wise. An equal degree of good and evil is intrinsic to us all, and one uses one's available tools to intend good rather than evil precisely to the degree that one is self-aware. That leads me to number 9. Self-awareness is the foundation of being a genuinely good and authentic person. It is an endless struggle. It never ends. You'll never be a good person because you'll never be self-actualized and perfectly self-aware. You'll never be a good person. But if you keep that as your intention, your ongoing goal, if there's a heaven, then maybe there's a shot that you'll go there. Number 10, and this is going to stir some shit up. Activism. Activism will be seen to you after using the O.T.U.J.A process and believing in it. You will define activism correctly as the belief that action trumps the other prerequisite steps in the O.T.U.J.A process. Remember, it's observe first, then think, then understand, then judge, then act. Activism is the belief that action trumps the other prerequisite steps in the O.T.U.J.A process, so that it is perfectly acceptable, regardless of the ideology on which it is founded, to act without proper justification and civility. You will see activism as an irrational, animalistic behavior against which forceful defense will always be permitted. Activism is gay as fuck. Gay spelled G-H-E-Y. Okay? A-F. And you will not do that anymore. I promise you. So, practice O.T.U.J.A, observe, think, understand, judge, then act, and improve your outlook on life and your actions that are meant to enhance your life. And your actions will enhance your life if they're based in O.T.U.J.A, methinks. I'm basically starting a cult here. Okay, but those are the top 10 things you'll come to realize as the result of practicing O.T.U.J.A. More videos to come, probably clarifying some of these points since they're so controversial apparently. See you. Have a nice night, guys. Peace.